Now, many of you will know that last week on Friday, Nio launched their ES6 and EC6 models for 2025, and boy, I must say, so many of the people, I cannot wait to see exactly how many figures are those cars going to produce this month. Well, Deutsche Bank, it appears that based off the information or based off what probably the engagement with Nio, they came with their developments of what is it that they are expecting out of Nio, including the deliveries of obviously those ES6 2025 ES6 and EC6 which Nio launched last week. I mean, not only the Deutsche Bank gave their guidance on what they expect in terms of deliveries this month, but they also gave a delivery guidance of what they expect in terms of the total deliveries that Nio is going to report for Q2. Now, as seen on the screen, we notice that Deutsche Bank expects Nio to deliver in Q2 75 to 80,000 deliveries. Now, the reason why Deutsche Bank, I think it's a good analyst to maybe follow in terms of the predictions that they make of Nio, is that they are usually not very far off from what Nio actually produced from their guidance or the guidance which they give, and therefore what they say it's quite important, as because though it does not give you the exact figures, but it gives you the very close proximity to what Nio usually produce, right? And therefore the 75 and 80,000 which they are giving us, I think Nio will play around there. The good thing is that it is an all-time high delivery record, because the most that Nio has done, I think it's just over 72,000, which we saw back in Q4 of last year. Nio has never delivered anything over 73,000, and therefore 75 to 80,000, it will mean an all-time high, which I suppose it will be very good. But something to take cognizance of, you will know that I said if Nio does not give a guidance of 100,000 or close to that, it might be very difficult for them to still double sales this year. But again, let's wait, let's see what transpires, because based off what Deutsche Bank is predicting, they are saying that Q1, Q2, at most Nio will have like what, 120,000 deliveries, including those 42,000 deliveries, or which includes the 42,000 deliveries we saw in the first quarter. So that plus the maybe 80,000, that gives you like what, 122,000 deliveries. This is what they are saying the first two quarters of Nio are going to bring to us. Which is it going to be the case? Let's wait, let's see. But as I'm telling you, Deutsche Bank is usually not very far off from their predictions or projections which they make of Nio. Which, if we are to check what Nio expects or what Nio needs to double sales this year, which is around 440, 450,000 deliveries, they are supposed to be at least 220,000 deliveries Q1, Q2, but seeing them at of course 120, or being at 120,000, means that they would have, instead of growing by 100% delivery growth rate, they would have grown by 50% or plus 50% delivery growth rate, which is still below to what they projected. It's still a very good growth though, it's just that it's below what they projected. Now, when it comes to the monthly deliveries of May, Deutsche Bank also came and gave their guidance, right? And they said deliveries apparently, even with the ES6, EC6, they are going to remain flat, and that is, they're expecting Nio to deliver around 24,000 deliveries. This is their predictions for May. And yeah, man, we just have to wait, we just have to see, because the wait times based off what is right now onto Nio's website for the two models, ES6, EC6, which were launched last week Friday, it is 2 to 4 weeks, which is the same wait times that we've been seeing on their previous models. Now, you will know that Nio is expecting to launch the ET5 Touring, ET5 mid sedan towards the end of the month. In fact, next week, I think on the 24th. And based off what we've been seeing on Nio, I think deliveries could start around the 28th Now, in as much as, yes, Deutsche Bank is expecting deliveries to be flat, yeah, there's hope, man, of saying that Nio could do very well, because still on these comments, they are saying that with these new models being launched, 0% interest falls away, and this will boost or seriously give a boost on the vehicle margins. They said the price of the cars are fine, are okay, and they expect the delivery margins to improve. And there is a lot that we've discussed that can make the gross margins to be so good, right? There is autonomous driving chip Shinji NX9031. There is also a Nio operating system, and the other stuff, which is something that, of course, with those, we already know that it's going to improve the gross margins or the vehicle margins, which will lead ultimately to gross margins improving. So they are expecting the Neo's gross margins to get boosted and profitability to also at least get closer, so close, which is something that is very, very good. Remember, this is what the Nio CEO told us also, say that from Q2, things should start improving. Nio is saving cost, Nio is cutting costs, and this, my dear friends, is going to reduce on their R&Ds, which as a result is going to make Nio to generate some very good, decent, of course, gross margins, which ultimately will lead to Nio getting to profitability. So I am very happy, I am excited. I mean, if Q2 already there are good things that are expected, especially coming from, of course, Deutsche Bank, or an analyst like Deutsche Bank, which is the same message that we have been talking based off what the CEO has been telling us, saying that things should get better in Q2. I think you and me can look forward to Q3 and ultimately Q4. You will be surprised Q3 coming with profitability, but I don't want to jump the gun, right? But let's see what happens, because if Q3 does not get so close to profitability, it will be difficult for you to do that or to achieve that in Q4, right? So Q3 is also very, very important. Q2, yes, it will give a guidance on where Nio is headed in terms of getting to profitability. But Q3 should start signaling or singing profitability. It's here. And my dear friends, once we start seeing those signs, you and me can agree that we can expect great things. Blue sky will indeed be coming. Q1 earnings of Nio, in terms of the date, we still don't know. But it appears that there might not be anything that exciting from that, except maybe for the guidance that we are going to get, which could be in line with what Deutsche Bank just told us of between 75 to 80,000. But obviously from Q2, I think the Nio earnings will be very, very interesting, and those that are, of course, remaining in the game for the long period are going to start seeing maybe an improvement in terms of the share price of Nio. But anyways, let's wait, let's see what transpires. Blue sky is coming, long term will win. Those that are persevering throughout the headwinds, the share price will most definitely be rewarded with time. Share price wise, Nio might not be where we want it to, but this is a company which is expected to do very, very well. I will see you on the next one. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That's all from me, and God bless you all.